When I was 16, a good friend and I were out at a local convenience store late one night getting junk food. I overheard a man speaking loudly to the female clerk about his trucking rig having broke down out on US 2, not too far from the store we were in. She was telling him there wasn't much she could do, and that's what she asked the guy at the counter for a lift. The guy said no, he wasn't headed that way and left. My friend and I weren't headed in that direction either, but I thought it'd be a good Samaritan and give the guy a lift to his truck as he seemed so desperate. So we paid for our junk food and start driving down US 2. We get about 8 miles, and the whole time I'm asking where the truck is, and the guy just keeps saying it's right up here, not far now. There was something off about the guy. I couldn't put my finger on it. By the way, he was smiling, but to himself and mumbling made me nervous, and from the look of my friend's face, I could see he was feeling the same. We got 20 miles outside of town where there's nothing but forest and swamp as far as the eye could see in either direction. There are no street lights, and we hadn't passed another car for our entire drive. There, as it's only like 2 a.m. By this point, I figured we could just drop this guy off and go, but he insisted we try and help him with his truck, even though both of us told him we knew nothing about engines. We got out, and he anxiously hops into the cab of his rig and tries to turn the engine over. It makes some "I want to start the car, but can't" sound, and the guy looks loudly proclaims, "See, it's not working," as if he needed to prove it to us. He gets out, lifts the hood, and shines a light into the engine so we can see. He starts pointing at things far back on the engine, and I'm just kind of watching things play out, as I'm in the negative when it comes to being mechanically inclined. I notice the guy's right hand is off behind him, and he keeps motioning with the light in his left hand to the back of the engine. He looked at me and says, "Maybe if you hold this light for him toward where he's looking, he could see better. I'll go and try to start it again." As he hands me the light, and he leaned forward a little, exposing his right hand, which he held a hammer tightly, I said to my friend we really needed to get going just as the headlights from a pickup truck came around the corner. The driver sees the three of us, slows and rolls down his window. He asks us if everything is all right. The trucker says, "Oh yeah, we're nearly done here." I immediately say, "Actually, do you know anything about engines? Because his truck won't start and we really need to get going." The pickup driver says he does. He says he's going to pull up behind us to get off the road so someone doesn't come speeding along in the dark and hit him. As he makes a U-turn, he pulls into place. I watch the truck driver lean into the engine, and there's an audible click of a switch sounds before he draws his hand back. He walks to the cab, staring at me the whole entire time, climbs in and fires up his truck. It didn't hesitate and give him any kind of trouble whatsoever. He simply pulled off into the night before the truck pickup driver could even get out of his truck. Looking back on it, I have no doubt we came very close to being a couple of missing kids.